Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you guys a rapid game that I played on lichess 3 weeks ago, and I guarantee that this video will amaze you because I sacrificed my queen, but it turned out not to be sound, and then it turned out eventually to actually be sound. Eventually, I mean, it's absolutely insane. Hopefully you guys like this video. There's also some nice preparation in this video as well, if you guys want that. Some hidden preparations never seen before. Okay, so I played e4. He played a pawn to d6, the pierce defense. And I have a lot of preparation against this opening because it is probably the most annoying opening to face as an e4 player, since, well, they just play like this and, you know, you gotta punish it. And I played bishop c4, and this pawn is hanging, and he decided to take it. I mean, it was a longer time control. Probably more beginners would go here, in which case I would have played queen e2, and I have a lot of preparation here. You know, I have a lichess study, a lot of stuff, like bishop g7, just e5, etc. It's really complicated and messy, but I won a lot of games with it, really fun. But he decided to take this pawn, as it was a rapid game. He has a lot of time to think, so he decided to take my pawn. And here, this is very similar to another opening. I don't remember what it's called, but the idea is that, you know, you have this idea of playing bishop f7. Double exclamation point, sacrifice my bishop. And now if he takes me, right, I've sacrificed the bishop, but the problem is that after queen h5, let's say the king goes back like this, I have this move. Queen to d5, he blocks, and I take his knight, right? And if he blocks with this pawn, I also have, okay. If he blocks with the pawn, I also have this move, and if he tries to bring his king out, he's probably going to get checkmated. And the engine actually says that the best move is to play g6, right, or king g8. In which case, after g6, I play queen to d5. He blocks with a bishop, which is maybe a slight inaccuracy, because now I have an idea of putting an knight to g5. He played now pawn c6, and I don't think, you know, this is the thing about this position, right? What you should do, develop your pieces, play in the pawn structure, push these pawns forward. What you should not do is play in more of a hyper-modern way. Bring the queen out to a5, play b4, b5, right? Like, this is a terrible idea, since it's very, very slow, and its position is very open, right? So he plays pawn to c6, which prevents me from pushing forward, obviously, which I guess is maybe reasonable. But after knight f3, I'm already threatening to do something, and the idea is I don't want to go here. And my opponent played queen a5. It seems like I can go here, but then I lose my king, so I blocked here with the bishop. And I guess black can survive here if they play queen a5, since this move is not possible. Actually, it is possible, I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess they're just losing after queen a5. This was a long time control. I don't know why you play queen a5, which is a big blunder. I guess the best move is just play h6, and they're safe. But after queen a5, bishop d2, he played queen to b5. I developed my knight to c3. And for some reason, I don't quite understand why, he decided to move his queen to a6. Okay. Now, obviously, taking on b2, you go rook b1, and, you know, that doesn't work out for them either. And here, I win a piece, and it seems like this is not going to be very brilliant. He moved his king forward for some reason. And after these moves here, I have a million mates. But my plan was that I wanted to sack my queen. I had to sack my queen, and after a few moves, I wanted to sack my queen, right? I wanted to sack my queen for this bishop, and after rook takes, I want to play knight g7 checkmate. But the problem with knight g7 is not going to be checkmate, because the king can go here and here. Now, one thing that I can do is to play pawn f3 and pawn g3, and then I have the mate. The problem is that will take too long. So I decided to play g4, trying to open up the g file. He didn't take me, he played this move for some reason. And I have many ways to mate, and he didn't resign somehow. And I really wanted to sack my queen. And in the game, I played g5 with the idea to go queen to f4. He developed his knight. I went queen to f4 check. He moved his king to h5, and I played h4. And in this position, I am threatening to not sack. Like, I wanted to take this, right? Rook takes, knight g7, or knight takes, or the other rook takes, knight g7. Knight g7 is not made because of this move, right? Because of king g4. So my plan was very simple. I want to go pawn f3, sack my queen, play knight to g7, just for, you know, dominance. I wanted to destroy him. So yeah, that's why my plan was. But he played this one. It's like, what? What is that move? And I was thinking of taking it, but I was like, you know what, let's just play f3. Hope he moves away his knight, and then I have mate. If he goes here, I have boom. Look at that. And it actually wins. Because if he takes me anyway, I have mate. Mate in 1, knight g7, right? That's what I wanted. But everything, and guess what? If I check the king, it's mate. If I check the king, it's mate. Like, everything is mate here. And I was thinking, what about queen g4 move be mate, but it won't be mate. a6 was a really annoying move to face. Really, really, really annoying. So, how do you sacrifice my queen here? Well, what I decided to do was just take the knight. I took back, and again in this position I have a million mates, but I just take like this, and finally I can sack my queen and go for this move. He went here, and I sacrifice my queen, and oh my god, I'm winning, right? If he takes me, I have mate. If he takes me, I have mate. But I completely missed that he could take my knight first. And after I move my king, he can take my queen. Look at this. And I'm dead lost. I mean, I'm down a queen for 2 pieces, right? I mean, he gave out 2 pieces in the opening. I mean, it took his knight, and I won his bishop at the start of the game. But I lost my queen. I'm down a full queen. I'm down 3 points of material, basically. I'm just at loss, right? I play this move. Rook g1. And what did he play? What do you guys think? I mean, he played some normal move, queen c4, attacking the pawn. And it seems like I'm just at lost here, right? But there's an insane idea that wins me the game. White to play and win in this position. I'll give you a little bit of hint. It's a sacrifice. Yeah. Okay, so the move, and I was thinking for this for a little bit before he played queen c4. I was like, what? Is that a move? Like, I thought here, like, after I sack my queen, it's like, no, rook takes c6. I'm completely dead lost. But I saw this idea before he played queen c4 that I could go rook g5. And after he takes, I took back with the pawn. And it's made. The rook's covering everything here. The bishop's defending the pawn. And everything is defended. He's checkmated. And that's how I won the game. But you might argue, queen c4 is a terrible move. And queen c4 is, of course, terrible. Absolutely terrible. So you might think, how can they defend against rook g5? It is very, very hard. The engine here says there's only one move, and everything else is like, oh, sack the rook, sack the rook, sack the queen, or something like that. There's only one move for black to defend, and that is g5. I don't think he would have played g5. Like, pawn takes g5, king here, rook takes h6, king here. And I think this rook is here, if I'm not mistaken. And here I can just push or something, king e7, and like bishop g5, and the end just like +1. So you can see here that I actually thought I was completely losing, but then after rook g1, there's only one way to defend the mate, and that allowed me to get this very strong pass pawn. So it's really quite interesting to see how a weak king can actually lose you the game this easily. I mean, that's quite extraordinary that when your king doesn't have any legal moves, then it will probably be quite easy to go for these sacrifices as I did in this game. And that is why you should castle in chess and not, fall into these simple traps that I went in this game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Bye.